Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Marta and today I'm going to show you guys how to waterproof the back of my Forester. Okay, so if you guys can see this here, there is mud everywhere in the back of my wheel well. So you might be wondering, why the hell do I have mud everywhere? Well, that is because I've had water, especially from big boggy mud puddles that I've been going through, leak into the back of the car. So let me show you guys why. Okay, so the problem we have is these vents. So we got one on each side of the Forester on the SG model, and basically they've got these little crappy rubber flaps. As you can see, just absolutely caked with mud, and that's what's letting the water in. You can see I've removed the vent on this side, and that just goes straight into the vehicle. So today I'm going to try and plug that up and show you guys how to do it. As well as that, I'm going to paint underneath where the bumper sits. I'm going to paint that in a nice black, so one day if I do get a custom tube rear bumper or something like that, it's going to look really good. Okay, so it's worth mentioning that I have removed the rear bumper and the rear trim pieces in the back of the Forester just to make it easier. I'm not going to show you guys how to do it. If you do want to know how to remove a rear bumper on a Forester, Jordan from ALNSN Overland, he has a good tutorial on that, so I'll link his video in the description below. Otherwise, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do to try and stop the rear end from leaking. So first things first, we're going to get rid of all that gunk that was left underneath the bumper. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this, basically I'm going to try and cover these holes. What I've got here is I've purchased some sheet metal from the local hardware store. Basically I'm going to cut this up. So first of all, measure the size that I need, and then I'm going to cut a piece of the steel out, and I'm going to sticker flex the outside of it to give it a nice seal, rivet it on, and that should pretty much keep it fairly well watertight, and then obviously paint over the top of it. Okay, so I've got those rear vents now sealed up. I've painted that entire rear bar in that nice black, so that's all looking really good. So hopefully from now on, I'm not going to have any more issues with any water and mud leaking into the back. I've cleaned all that up, so that should be really good now. Now, one of the drawbacks to sealing off that rear vent is that basically when you're closing your doors, those doors are then going to create a little bit of air pressure, and that air pressure needs to go somewhere, and originally that used to go down through the vents. Now that means that in a lot of cases it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to close your doors. So I'm just going to demonstrate that here, how it's actually affected my car. So opening the door here, I don't have to put too much effort in, it works pretty good. I've noticed if you're doing a very, very light nudge, it won't close properly anymore, but I guess in most cases that was the case anyway. Like, you don't have to slam it, but if you close it the way you normally do, I haven't really found any issues. So in my case, that rear end's all sealed now. I shouldn't have any more water. The doors haven't really been affected too much. Obviously, be aware that that could be an issue if you want to do it. In terms of cost, it was really cheap. I mean, I think I paid maybe $30, $40 all up. Yeah, just some pop rivets, some Sikaflex, and that bit of sheet metal. Really easy, just got it from the local hardware store, so cheap materials. Now, one other thing I would like to mention is that Ignition Offroad is now on FanBeach. Now, you probably haven't heard of FanBeach, and that's because it's fairly new. But basically, FanBeach is like an online tipping jar. So if you enjoy any of the videos that I do, if you've learnt something, you can go to my FanBeach link, which I have in the description below, and you can go check that out. Anyway, that's it for me today, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.